Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching episode 8 of the Sandman. I think a lot of these episodes haven't gone from one to another unless it was about Burgess and Morpheus being trapped. And there were some storylines that have some overlap to it, but I feel like the last episode will go into this episode. It'll actually be somewhat episodic. A lot of them they feel like one-offs. Hobbs Gadlin was fantastic. Death, I'm sure she'll be back. Hopefully, because I feel like she was a wonderful character and a wonderful actress, so I'd love to see her again. The last episode will definitely lead into this one. At least it better, because if they left us with that cliffhanger of not knowing what happened to Jed, what happened to Rose, and how she got to the dreaming, there's a lot that happened. We start off with just learning that there's this dream vortex, and everyone seems to be worried about it, except Corinthian. He actually seems very excited about it. And then Dream kind of seems a little, I don't know, he seems very relaxed about it. Like there's kind of like a smile playing on his face when he would talk about it. But everyone mentions that this vortex is a she, and I don't know why that's important. Now, of course, Corinthian's excited about it. Dream kind of is happy, lovingly curious, which is really weird. Lucian is very alarmed. But then you have Desire and Despair, who are kind of looking at it as a way to undo Dream and the dreaming. I really want to know why Desire wants to keep doing that. There's definitely got to be a backstory there. I guess maybe because Desire desires whatever Dream has. Not really sure. And Dream has been through a lot, so if he's in a positive headspace about a vortex that could apparently be his undoing, and he knows this, and the undoing to the whole dream world, the whole dreaming itself, and he's kind of just yeah, this is really curious, isn't it? Uh-huh. And he does mention that because there are 3 missing entities, Gault, the Corinthian, whom we know, and Fiddler's Green, or Fielder's Green, something like that, that they will all be drawn to the vortex. So it's kind of a way to bring all of the missing entities together. And I think Dream probably sees that as an opportunity to bring them back. And they probably see it as an opportunity to take down Dream. I'm guessing, especially the way the episode ended, the more Dream does to help Rose find Jed, the better off his chances will be that the vortex will not be a negative thing for the dreaming. So Rose is separated from her brother Jed, but she finds out that she has family. And it's actually Unity Kincaid, who we saw in the very first episode as a little girl who suffered from the sleep sickness, the lethargica encephalitis, something like that. I'm trying to remember these things and not always rely on my notes. But she was in a very long sleep, and it happened right after Dream had been imprisoned. So she was sleeping for at least 100 years, and she had only been awake for 8 months. And in the time that she was asleep, she had somehow grown into a woman, had gotten pregnant, had a baby, and she had dreamed of this life that she had with somebody, that they were very much in love and had a baby, and the only thing real about it was the baby. And that happens to be Rose's grandmother. Now, Unity gives Rose an amulet, and it was a little weird because Rose had dreamed about an amulet, and she had never even heard the word amulet, but there it was. I don't know what the significance of that is, other than her being able to dream about future events, past events. I think that means, especially if she's a vortex, I have no idea what a vortex does, but I feel like there's some power there to, at the end of the episode, she's in the dreaming, so she has the ability to travel through those planes. I don't know if I'm even saying that right. I think I've said that 3 times now. Goodness. And then Unity also wants Rose to find Jed, and Jed can't be found. They don't know where he is. The woman that runs social services wasn't much help, other than to tell Rose, do you really think you could raise a 12-year-old boy? What if he wanted to leave and go with you? Which is very valid points. It's very fair. Could Rose even take care of him? Well, no, but she would have Unity to probably help her with that. We know that he's not in the dreaming because Lucian can't find him and Dream can't find him. We can't really find him in the living world, the waking world. So I don't know if that means that he's dead or he just can't be found, if he is just lost. I mean, obviously have to be with his family, right? And the social worker kind of told Rose like, "Hey, it was a friend of your dad's that took him in." So I don't know if Rose remembers any of those people, but I would start there first. Now we also have Rose like have a meeting with the Fates, and they give her some warnings, and they're very much more open about how they were giving her warnings than they were with Dream, and even with John. Like they don't really speak in specifics. It's more like riddles, and you don't really get a full answer. It's typically something that just makes you ask more questions. But they kind of found a way around that. They're like, oh, had you asked us about this, we would have told you that you need to watch out for the Corinthian, that you need to watch out for Morpheus. They warn her about houses and dreams, like the Airbnb that they're staying in with the weirdos, who I affectionately say weirdos because I'm a weirdo myself, but I like love them. I love them. I love them. I love the drag show. Come on, give me a break. Give me a break. But we're introduced to Ken and Barbie and Chantal and Zelda. And then we're not introduced to Gilbert until later on in the episode when he kind of saves Rose. Rose is very capable of protecting herself. And in that moment, I feel like he kind of helped. He most certainly didn't hurt anything, but I think Rose had it covered. And of course, we were introduced to Hal, who is the guy that runs the Airbnb and puts on a fabulous performance. I was told that he was in Hedwig in The Angry Inch. I don't even know if that's how you say that. What is that, the fourth time I've said that now? Good grief. I don't know a lot, and I don't know how to say things, apparently. But I haven't seen that movie, but the fact that there's a drag show here, and I think that one's about a drag show, or somebody who does drag, I don't know, maybe I should check that out. Is that the house that the Fates are warning her about, or is there another house? Like a Unity's house? Like what house are we concerned about? Dream's house. Dream house. So we do see Rose enter the dreaming and actually, talk to Dream. And Lucien is there, and like they don't seem like shocked and surprised that she's there. But I don't think it was expected either. But she immediately asks about her brother Jed. They were talking about Jed, and it's very interesting that she found her way there when they were talking about Jed. Jed's last dream was a nightmare of Gault. And I don't know if what we saw was that last nightmare or not, but he was running away from Uncle Barnaby, who seems like he is not a kind person, not a loving person. Matter of fact, he is downright abusive. And I worry for Jed if that is a real person that's in his life, or if like that was the state of mind, like that being someone's like last dream. That's kind of terrifying because that's got to be the thing that you think about the most, is the last thing you were able to dream about. Because if you're no longer having dreams, that's how probably where your mind would go when you're lost in thought, because you don't get to have dreams. Actually, I don't know if you're lost in thought. Maybe that's a daydream. Interesting. Interesting. I would hope that we catch up with Jed, or we find Jed, or we learn something about Jed. I would really like for Rose to find her brother, but I also think that maybe her brother and the Corinthian and like all these entities coming together for a vortex might be dangerous for Dream. And I'm hoping that he can navigate it in a way that is loving instead of destructive. Now, speaking of the Corinthian, there was like this weird couple scenes where there were these collectors that I can't tell, like, are they serial killers? Like, are they murderers? Like, who are these people that they're having these meetings, and like they want him to have like they want Corinthian to have a guest role keynote speaker situation happening. Which I would be terrified because I'm like, well, what if he takes me? Like, no, thank you. But like, they're not threatened by him. Kind of, they should be. They duplicated his work in order to get his attention. I would feel like most serial killers would not like that. Although there's always copycats, but still, I just feel like they need to be very, 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 very careful. But they invite him to do this keynote speaker scenario. I don't even know what he would talk about. Like all of his kills, like every eye that he's plucked, like Like, I'm sure he's a dark person, so there would be something dark that he would say. I'm really curious to see if that happens in this season and kind of where that would take us, because I'm sure that that would be like another John Diner situation where I would just like have my jaw hanging, just hitting the floor. But he says that in order for him to do it, he wants to be able to bring a guest, and that guest is Rose. There's no one I'm more terrified of having, like how he was with Carl. I was very scared for Carl. Like I was like, oh God, I don't even know Carl that well, but I did not want Carl to lose his eyes. I don't want anything to happen to Rose either. I really like Rose. I like her as a character. The actress, she's very sweet. Like I'm enjoying it thus far. But I'm very curious as to what would happen if Corinthian and Rose met. Like, would he try to kill her, or would he try to utilize her because I feel like she's valuable because she's a vortex? But like, would he try to manipulate her into doing something that would destroy the dreaming? There's all these looming questions. But I'm not going to ask any more questions. I'm going to get into the episode, so maybe we can get some answers. So let's get into it. All right, let's get into this next episode. More ominous music. It was really light last episode. The ceiling in this place is so pretty.
It is not what you did. It is what you are.
I'm sorry, I don't understand any of this.
Me either, girl.
She can travel through the dreams of others. Apparently all the way to my throne room.
Yeah.
I was just looking for my brother.
You can find your brother, no matter where Gault has hidden him.
Interesting.
How do I do that?
Yeah, how does she do that?
Matthew will watch over you there.
At your service, Rose.
She can't hurt him, can she?
Yeah, can she? Oh my.
Or is Dr. Death back for more?
What?
This looks like a job for the Sandman.
Time I put the piper to bed.
This is amazing. These episodes keep surprising me, left and right.
Don't worry. I got this.
Oh my. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, Uncle Barnaby makes him sleep?
I think I'm hurt. Is anyone there?
Don't.
What do you mean, don't?
Second you open that door, he's gonna run away again.
So, let him. What is this guy's deal?
Matthew?
I mean, it looked like a bigger crow. It might not have been him. Or Raven, rather.
Well, she wouldn't tell us where Jet is.
That would have made it far too easy.
But she did tell us one thing.
Do you remember your father's friends?
No, but if it's okay with you.
May I?
Please.
Unity, am I interrupting something?
Was that the Corinthian?
That was my great-granddaughter, Rose.
Oh, is she in London?
She was?
Now I'll have to visit.
Oh god. That does not... My stomach felt sick knowing that he was there.
I think I want to help you put these up all over town.
Really?
Aww.
Can I pay you for them?
You already did. I overcharged you for the room.
Zelda suggests we take some as well.
Thank you.
We can all hit the streets together when Lida wakes up.
She's still asleep?
You should be out, living your actual life, not having ghost sex with your dead husband.
You're not a ghost. You're a dream.
I finally built our house. Can I show you?
Beware of houses. Cool.
I did my best to follow your blueprints, but there were a few details I just couldn't remember.
It's perfect.
That room's not quite finished yet. Because it was our dream. Maybe it can come true.
How?
Yeah.
You have to stay with me. Here.
How is she able to stay in a dream? I'm sure that hurts every time she has to wake up as well.
We could put up a few near the foster agency, just to let that woman know we're not giving up.
No, I think she probably got that from yesterday. Why don't you let me do that side of town?
Smart.
I shouldn't think there's anything in those you don't already know. Except perhaps...
why it is she was able to wander into my throne room. What do you think?
Ah, so he was alarmed by it.
The day you returned, she woke up. Rose Walker is her great-granddaughter.
Yeah.
May I?
Of course.
Does she have a choice?
Well, do you remember any golf buddies or drinking buddies? Or what else do married straight men with kids do?
Well, they're anything like my dad. They have affairs.
Oh.
I haven't been a very good sister.
Making up for it now, though.
I'm trying.
There's nothing she could have done.
Rose wanted to come by, but
She is out looking for her brother.
I think she really just wants to know if he's okay.
I'm sure he is.
Hey, do you know anything about the foster system?
Do you do follow-up visits?
We do. But I can't just...
No, I understand. Thank you, Ms. Rubio, for your time.
And planting a seed that maybe she should go do a follow-up visit. Smart, Lyda. Smart.
I couldn't tell her no.
I can. Call her back. Fine. I'll do it.
What is his problem?
We can give him back.
I'm not giving back $800 a month.
Really?
But if you embarrass us in front of this woman, I will wire your hands to the pipes down there. And I will break every bone in your body. Do you understand me, Jed? Then go clean yourself up.
Tell her that you got bit by rats in the basement. She'd probably take him immediately.
I'll fix you something to eat.
It's literally just about $800 a month.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'll catch up with you.
Hey, man, he gets around quick.
No, that's a crow. I'm a raven.
I messed that up earlier too, sorry.
Feeling in the back of my head is the weirdest feeling.
Fuck.
Do you need him?
Yeah. Don't you dare.
We're looking for a kid named Jed Walker. He would be about 12 now.
Did you act like I kept this?
No, not at all.
See you around.
Yeah, I hope so.
No, I hope not.
I'll give him your number.
You're a good
No.
friend, Rose Walker.
Not the Corinthian. Stop doing this to all the people that I like.
I wonder if I might have a moment alone with you both.
You want to go to your room, son?
So good to see you, Miss Rubio.
Oh, please tell me she reads that. Don't just fall on the floor. No! God
Hello.
damn it, Corinthian!
How can I help you?
Have you seen this boy?
It gave me Terminator 2 vibes.
With the way he got this note into that lady's bag.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Jed, I don't...
But you will be.
Clarice, do something. He eats them?
Where is everyone?
Oh my god.
You have this house, people who love you.
Rose, do you think I want to be here?
Yeah.
Cleaning up after Barbie and Ken? But if Broadway called tomorrow, I would sell this fucking house. And I would never think about any of these people ever again. Go to grad school. Write a novel about me.
Yes.
But do it now, while I'm still cute enough to play myself in the movie. Because this was never my dream.
Be cautious of dreams.
Here she is, boys. Here she is, world. Play, boys.
I love that we get more of Hal in this scenario. Oh, is she in Hal's dream?
And this is not my real face either.
Oh! Oh! Oh, God.
Hal, you're gonna have to come up here and help me.
Oh. Oh my.
Rose?
She's going into everybody else's dreams. That's what Morpheus said that she could do.
It was just one of those things. It was a chance meeting that grew into...
Rose?
Oh my.
Babe, please.
Oh.
Open the door. Let me in the car. Barb, it's not funny anymore. Honey, just open the door. Barbie, open the door. It's not funny anymore.
That dream where you're naked and you can't seem to wake up?
Because you're drawing the dreams of others to you.
Barbie, please.
Just be careful not to lose yourself in them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I hate that in dreams when you can't read things. Oh my god. What is that?
Our journey has indeed been long, Miss Barbara, and many's the worthy companion we have found and lost along the way.
I love him.
So, what is a dream vortex? What is it for? What does it do?
Yeah.
I confess there are some questions to which even I do not have an answer. But I can tell you that a vortex has the power to dream entire worlds. Or destroy them.
Is that?
Zelda. When she was your brother's age.
You normally don't hear her talking.
Secret brides of the faceless slaves of the nameless night of the castle of dread desire.
I don't understand what Jed has to do with all of the other people's dreams. Is it just a way to get to him? Well, now she can read that. Please help me.
You found your brother's dream. Now we find Gault.
He's the most powerful foe we have ever faced.
Yeah.
The king of nightmares.
Mm.
He has come to take me away from you.
How do we find him?
It's gotta be a trip for Dream.
I am the Sandman.
You
were the Sandman. Is that what she told you?
It's me you want.
Oh my god. Mom?
That is not your mother, Rose.
Rose? Is that you?
I've been looking for you everywhere.
Mom, it's Rose. She's all grown up. Uncle Barnaby said he's gonna break every bone in my body.
Who's Barnaby?
And Clarice won't be able to stop him.
Where are they, Jed? Where are Aunt Clarice and Uncle Barnaby?
They're home.
It's time to wake up, Jed.
Wait, no!
Goodbye, Rose Walker.
Stop, not yet, Jed. Tell me where you are.
Rose? Rose?
So should she be able to find him easier? This son of a bitch. That's probably the Corinthian. Corinthian can take his eyes. Oh my god, who wants to live like that? Who can live like that?
Think about it. We can have the life we always wanted. Start a family.
Kind of like Unity.
Oh my god. What is happening?
Is she gonna wake up pregnant? Did they just create another dream vortex? Is it gonna turn into a nightmare? She's gonna walk out and be pregnant, isn't she? That would freak me out.
I merely wish to be a dream and not a nightmare. To inspire rather than to frighten. But we can change.
No. We are born with responsibilities.
Why did all the other dreams and nightmares choose to leave this place when you had gone away?
It's a
Not
valid
all
point.
of us chose to leave. Or because they were afraid of what you would do to them if they did not.
Probably that.
Because I'm not afraid.
Why would you want them to be afraid of you?
should be.
Yeah, but why?
Perhaps a few thousand years in the darkness will reveal your fears.
Morpheus.
Better that than to make others afraid.
Wow.
You feel her punishment was unjust?
Yes.
I used to be something else. Before you made me your librarian. We all change, sir. Even you, perhaps.
I am grateful to you. But I am back now. You may return to the library.
Ego. I don't want him to see, as much as I didn't like Barnaby, I don't want him to see them without eyes.
Your sister sent me. Your sister Rose.
Ma'am, you can't be here.
My little brother Jed, he lives with them. Is he inside? Is he okay?
There was no one else inside. Wherever your brother is, he's not here.
Okay, maybe call somebody about that?
So, how do you know my sister?
I don't. But I'm really looking forward to meeting her.
God, Corinthian is something, isn't he? Oh. Okay, so as much as Corinthian is not a good person, the actor that plays him is amazing. Boyd Holbrook. I don't recognize the actor, or like even when it says he's been in the movie Logan, but Boyd Holbrook, he does a really good job. He looks very weird with eyes. I feel like that's an odd thing to say because I haven't seen his eyes. And anytime, the Corinthian is involved or he's around, I suspect that bad things are going to happen. And the social worker, I didn't really expect that to happen to her. Not sad about Uncle Barnaby and weak Aunt Clarice. Am I happy that he has Jed? No. It's just a ploy to get Rose. What will he do with Jed? What will he do with Rose? I really like the Corinthian as a character, and I love the actor. I don't want him to win. I don't want that. I just don't want that. I'm very worried about Hal. Especially there was like a lingering moment with the Corinthian on the beach, and that did not make me feel good whatsoever. I worry about Hal, not only because of the nightmare that he had, but just in general with whenever it comes to the Corinthian, anybody involved, anybody in that house could be fair game. Now, it was really cool to watch Rose jump in between the dreams, where, she's in Chantal's dream, and then you see her in Zelda's dream when Zelda's like younger, and, she's speaking and singing and dancing, and she's very much not the person that we see in the waking world. Ken and Barbie, I love that Ken was actually having the dream that I think the majority of us have had, where we're naked and we can't wake up. like we're trying to get out of this dream, and it's like we're out in public and we're just buck naked. I hate that dream. I found Hal's dream very interesting. Him having multiple faces. That was terrifying. Obviously, it's a nightmare, but it definitely was very graphic. I don't know if I have graphic nightmares like that. I don't know if I can get deeply into a dream so much that it's that graphic. There are definitely ones that have scared me. It's always like a 28 days later dream. It's like zombie people running after me, and I'm running in slow motion, right? That's always the reoccurring nightmare. Or when I was younger, the Headless Horseman. That was one. That we're walking through a graveyard and I saw my mom's head roll out in front of me, but I didn't see my mom's head, but I know it was my mom's head. I don't know. There's some twisted things that we have in our dreams. Thankfully, it's not graphic like that. No, thank you. But I really enjoyed what Gault was doing with Jed, and that she just wanted to give Jed good dreams because he had a horrible waking life. She knew that he was being abused, and she was trying to take him out of that and make him a superhero, make him feel good and make him feel powerful and strong. And I adore that his hero that he played was the Sandman. And I loved kind of to where, I'm worried about people duplicating Corinthian's style of killing, but then, having Gault duplicate Dream's style of using his sand and being the Sandman, and the little smile that kind of played on his face, I thought for sure he'd be more upset about it. And he kind of was a little bitchy. I mean, here's the thing, his ego gets in the way, and he has such a superiority complex that he doesn't have to really listen to anybody. He didn't want to listen to Lucian. He's just she has a very valid point when he, puts Gault in a 1,000-year, I don't know, imprisonment. I'm guessing it's the same thing as Nada, where, he felt disrespected, so he's going to punish this person. And Lucian points out that she was able to change and become something different. And he's just well, look, you were in charge while I was away, and I appreciate you, but I'm in charge now. Don't tell me what to do. And it's very upsetting that he doesn't get it. He just, sometimes the people around you are just as smart as you, and sometimes their opinion or their own thoughts on it matter. Especially Lucian. She advises him all the time, and he'll take the advice from her that gets him in the direction in which he wants to head. But if it's fighting him whatsoever, asshole. But with Gault and Jed's dreams and him being able to be that superhero, the dream ended with him being bitten by a rat. That was really cute. And they came up out of the manhole cover and he's like, rats! It's almost like saying oh, drat. But it's actual rats. So it seems like Gault can't really control what happens in a dream to not turn into a nightmare. And I like Gault as a character. I really liked the whole idea of that character. I hope that we see more of her. She's wonderful. Or they. I get in trouble for pronouns. Don't yell at me in the comments, please. Now with Barnaby and Clarice, like I said, not sad that they're dead, not sad that they're gone. Clarice was a wimp, and I understand that she doesn't want to stand up to her husband because she's terrified of him. But what a horrible existence for her. What a horrible existence for him. Like the idea that somebody just wants $800 a month for keeping a boy in his basement. Like, if you don't want to be a father, don't be a father. Like, it honestly is cheaper in the long run to not be a parent. You know, $800, what does that even cover? Not a whole lot. But I'm happy to see Barnaby. I feel like justice was served, even though it was Corinthian, which is yikes. Now with Lita and dreaming about her husband and really getting in depth in those dreams, and her getting pregnant the same way that Unity got pregnant, I feel that that is either creating another vortex, or how common is that? Like, how is that something that's now happened twice that we know of by people so closely together? Very interesting on that. I'd like to see where that goes. I don't know how you explain a sudden pregnancy other than you be carrying a little Jesus. But she seemed happy. Hopefully she remains happy. It's funny that a lot of these episodes, even though that they are about the Sandman, they are about dreams, he's not like prevalent in all of them. He's not in every scene, controlling every scene. It has really much to do with any of the scenes. This one was very much focused on Rose and the Corinthian. And I'm kind of okay with it. I'm kind of okay with it. I like Dream, and I like when he's present, and I like when he does amazing things, especially when he speaks of things with awe and wonder. I don't like when he pulls ego moves like Gault and Nada. Again, I don't know what happened with Nada, but it had to be really bad. Really looking forward to the next episode. Like, these seem to be like now blending in one after another, so we're getting a continuous story now. And I like I said, I do love the one-offs. You know, episode 6 was amazing. Episode 5 was amazing. But I do like that we're getting a little bit more of a specific story and character building. You know, I really like Rose. I really like Jed. I like Lita. I love the weirdos in the house. Like, I think that they're just a cool group of people. We didn't get anything with Gilbert this episode. Maybe we will, because he's a writer, or he's a writer. I'm not sure, but I feel like Rose could probably get some help from him. Okay, guys, you can find the full-length reaction to this episode on my Patreon, as well as one episode early. I'm also watching The Expanse and some Halloween movies over there. So go check that out if you would be so inclined. But you could also like, subscribe, comment down below anything that I missed or I should know about this episode. I always appreciate when people point out things that maybe I didn't see or that I was talking over. People don't like that I talk over things sometimes. That's okay. We'll get through it. Okay, guys. I'll see ya.